Hi, I'm Peter Dellavedova from Nxt Level Tennis, and today I'd like to talk about the single-handed backhand, and in particular Stefanos Tsitsipas. The single-handed backhand is a shot that is not played by so many players these days. It is a shot that too many people feel that is restricted, that certainly a high ball is very hard to be able to play with the single-handed backhand. So most players do play a two-hander. So when a player like Tsitsipas comes along and really takes the world by storm and jumps into the top 5 very quickly with this beautiful backhand, people go, well, you know, the single-handed backhand's back. But I'd like to explain where I would see Tsitsipas's backhand being able to take another step, another level with it. If you study Stefanos' backswing on his backhand, it's a beautiful backswing. He has a good shoulder rotation. He's set very well. He's a very athletic player. But then once he moves into the shot, you can see it's perfect the way his racket is from here. He transfers his body weight and then he's ready to make contact. But then from the point of contact to just after contact and beyond, that's where I feel that he could make a big improvement with his backhand. It's something that we notice a lot with the single-handed backhands of the modern player, and that is that the racket, once on contact, the arm bends very early while the ball's still on the strings, and what it does, it allows the shoulders to open up too much. So the arm is finished with a slightly bent here, and that takes away the compression that you can have when you make contact with the ball. Where the modern player could improve is once you've made contact, keeping that arm straight, working through the contact point, which automatically keeps the shoulders more side on, and then with the arm straight, allowing the shoulder to open up and this pec muscle on the shoulder, there's a very good extension right through that. Whereas the modern player, and Stefano as he comes through, will come through like this. Now if you try to copy that, what happens is you'll end up shanking a lot of balls. At the Dominic team, Stefanos Tsitsipas, these players have high levels of talent. So they are so good at being able to hit the ball that they can get away with it. But if you try to copy that, it's going to be very difficult to do. So what we're looking to do here is nice backswing, contact, arm stay straight, compress the ball, keeps the shoulders side on, then follow through. With that technique, any player, including the modern superstar, will improve not just the normal backhand, but the high backhand, the backhand that's awkward to hit, the one that people will say, hey, listen, you can't have a single-handed backhand these days because you won't be able to play this ball or this ball. We believe at Nxt Level that if you learn the single-handed backhand properly, there is a place for any ball in the modern game. We've noticed at Nxt Level when we're doing lessons with a single-handed backhand that one of the main problems is the right shoulder turning away from the target too early. And what that does is once the shoulder works to the right, it's very hard to have the racket compress and keep going forwards along the line. So automatically the racket wants to work to the right because it chases where that shoulder goes. The key for a one-handed backhand is this shoulder is very stable. We come through, we make contact with the shoulder in this position here, then once we've gone through and compressed the ball, we allow that shoulder to release, and it releases fully. So rather than this movement, which is, you'll find that there's no power in that and it's restricted, shoulder solid and then allow it to release. And that allows the compression needed, and the shoulder staying here keeps the racket able to hit through the ball, which is one of the reasons why the two-handed shot is so easy to do now, because what happens is that left hand helps keeping hitting through the shot, whereas a one-hander with that right shoulder turning produces across the line rather than a crush and then open up. What we particularly like about Stefanos' backhand are these points. He's very stable. Like we've said, he's a good athlete. Once you take your racket back and you get a really good shoulder turn, which is crucial to being a good one-handed tennis player, more so the shoulder turn than a two-handed backhand. Once you can actually see the back and you can really, it like coils like a spring. That's where Stefano, he does a fantastic job in that position there. Right? Once you've come through and you've got to here, this position here of working the right shoulder, where Stefano, as he comes through, you will see his right shoulder work quickly to the right hand side. As that works to the right, the arm slightly bends. Now the problem with that is that the ball doesn't stay on the strings as long as it needs to sometimes. So what he needs to do is he needs to generate an enormous amount of racket head speed to get depth. Whereas if he was able to keep his shoulder more stable through here, he would be able to compress the ball better, instantly get more power for less effort, and then he'd be able to do his follow through. Instantly, I believe that the shots that Stefano has trouble with, where sometimes he hits across the line and shanks the ball, I believe he will be able to crush the ball much more like a brilliant backhand like Novak, where they can hit through the ball because of that control with the left hand. That's the secret of the one-handed backhand. It's the reason why it has died. Learning to crush through it, which is the same principle as what a two-handed backhand has. If Stefano worked on these things, I believe he could take his backhand to the next step, and who knows, I see him as a potential number one. I hope you liked the video. We really enjoyed talking about why and how Stefano can improve his backhand. We'll be doing lots more videos. Hope you really enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and we'll catch you next time.